Hey guys, Jim Bounds at Motorhome Rehab Ranch. Well, actually, I'm at Mike's Rehab Ranch right now. On the way to the beach, I figured I'd stop and see Mike. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Jim.
Take your camera. Hey, yo. So anyway, he is at the point that he was getting ready to pull this off. And I got to tell you, man, this thing was owned by an engineer. Look at this. Put electric door lock in here. Yeah, man. And we had some other wires going on here. It actually went to a zip cord wire. This is impressive. It's like a critter already ate a hole in it. But anyway, look, there's a door lock switch here from, I don't know, a 62 Impala convertible or something. I don't know. But he had electric door locks on there. And we're getting ready to do, I would call this reveal, because I'm going to pull this panel off for him. He hasn't pulled this off yet. So we loosened. He's got this custom door lock mechanism here. Oh, I dropped the lock washer. So we'll worry about that later. So we're going to pull this out. All right. Originally there were screws across here, and there were screws in here. Yeah, see, there's one right there. He took it out. Yeah, but you got a perimeter of here. This makes it real easy to take off the front. Now, this holds the window in, so you're going to put this back. Right? There's 4 of these. Now, if I was one of these guys that you see on the internet all the time who takes stuff apart by what moves, I love that. You know, they don't even know what they're doing, but they're just going to tape it. So anyway, don't want to lose that. And for, like I said, these guys that say, well, what's holding it? You can see what's holding it. You got 4 screws right here. Now, you don't take them all out. It's very important. I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, but you take the 2 inner screws out. That one and this one. And yeah, we did break it loose to be sure we weren't making any cuss words while we were doing this. But it hasn't come off yet. So you want to work hard to get those off. Make sure they come out. Don't strip them. It's a 1/4 20 screw. It's not a big deal. But these screws, they're in a slot. Yeah, I'll zero in there. See there, it's slotted. So you just loosen those. Because if you took them out, then the whole entire latch falls out. So you loosen those. Now, we don't know what we have going on here. Here we go. Drum roll, please, Scotty. Yep, we got it. Then you come here, and this latch right here has a pin on it. See if I can get it up high enough to show it to you. It's right here. What are they doing? Here, right here. Right here. A little clip. Pull that off there.
You mentioned about cussing.
Yeah. Roger Freshen. There we go. Now, see, we have, yeah, see, this is his lock switch. Isn't that cute? We'll have to work on this later. I want to put this back in. He worked hard to get, look at that. He drilled another hole with a clevis pin, put a clip on there. That's done factory, boys. You see what's going on?
Jim, I think he was an engineer for Chrysler
back in the day. He was an engineer for Chrysler. Well, that makes big sense. Now, see, if we'd have taken these other screws out, this whole latch would come off. See what I'm saying? So chances are the door's going to be closed before noon. We're going to put these 2 screws back tighter, And we're going to put these back in, so why is that? So we don't lose them. You see what I'm saying, though? If you'd have taken that screw out, the whole thing would have fallen out. That holds your door so you can shut it tonight. And run these all the way in. So it will shut. Okay. So here we are. Now we got a little bit of work to get his rig out of here. No, wait. Yeah, you got it under the screw. And the screw's loose. This guy was truly an engineer. He was thinking about me. Of course, the connector that's been tied in there for 50 years doesn't want to come out. Get a screwdriver hand knife. That's right. It's coming. Just get mad at it. There you go. Sometimes you just got to get mad at it.
Still got it. Still got it.
Don't lose the. You know why these are called Jesus clips? I know everybody does, but because you pop it off and it zings away from you, and you go, Jesus, where'd it go? Don't lose the Jesus clip. Well, let's see what we've got here. He's got a return spring for his door for some reason.
Well, that holds the door. Yeah, right. It holds the door closed against the coach.
Oh my! And then you open it all the way.
No. You take it off. Then you can close the door.
Look at
So
this!
He's
built in a spring-loaded door latch. Oh my goodness!
That's pretty awesome.
It is. Anyway, here's the mechanism. If you wonder why it's going on, you see this bar right here? If you can stick a coat hanger down that hole and grab this bar, you can unlock it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody's that good, but if you could, there it is. The way this mechanism works, see, his piece right here is a little bit loose. This might come off. If that comes off, then that comes out. And we've got a problem. So it wouldn't hurt after 50 years. Pull this thing off. If we need to bend these these down a little bit, take it off and rebend those. Get some lithium spray. Spray that thing really good. This unit, this actual handle is available. It's a Kenworth latch, but it's for a Kenworth small compartment. And unless you're a really small guy, there's no reason to have a handle on the inside. So this part right here that this is on, you see this is what the inside latch is connected to. This part right here is not on the one that you buy from Kenworth. Right here, it's just cut off, and there is no pin right here. So there is no way to hook up the inside handle, inside door. What do? You take and you grind and cut that off, and then you have somebody that's good at welding to tack it onto the new one. So there isn't like an unlimited supply of new ones. You got to have an old one to make a new one. But it does bolt in perfectly. It's all correct. These are a Kenworth number. It's readily available. If you can't find it, give me a call. I go to the database. A lot of times what folks will do is you can polish this thing and repaint, like he already did it once. He repainted the inside of this with silver. Didn't do a very good job of it. But you can get in there with some fluff paint and spray this with silver. You know about fluff paint, right? Fluff paint, spray can. That's called fluff paint. So you can fluff paint that. And it doesn't look bad. Now this, of course, is 73. It's got this stainless steel plate on it. But even with you guys without this, this is pretty good chrome. It's actually made in Canada now. Oh God, I better get one quick. Careful. You know about that? Top panel's coming off.
Yep.
Let me get your
Panel bond.
bond. Yeah. I'd put a couple of rivets in it. There's no rivets at all. You know what I mean? I'd countersink a few rivets.
That molding was holding that together.
Right. Yeah. That don't need no screw over here. The mold's holding on there. Don't worry about it. Bubba, we don't do it that way. Look at beautiful. You never know what you run into. And you don't necessarily want to put back in whatever this did. I'm not, this was to the switch. This was the relay he cut out the foam and put the relay in there. It's very special. We can do a little better job of that. Anyway, this is the door. All the doors were made the same except for 73. You can see how they hacked it out by hand to cut in. The original 73 doors were made for a Bargman latch. It was a single latch. Now this grabs twice. Well, the Bargman latch had only a single latch. And that's what they blamed the first failure of the door on. It was the Bargman latch. So before they put it in production, actually I've seen a couple with the original Bargman latch, but before they went into production, they changed to this Kenworth latch and modified the first year coach, modified it with the stainless steel plate. Come in here and take a look. Look in here. So you can see where the original cutout was for the Bargman latch. Then they cut this out, came on down here, put a screw here. So you can see that this plate goes all the way over to here. So they had to put a plate on the outside and then put screws on the inside for this thing. But if you've got anything 74 and on, that's totally useless information, and I hope you didn't go to sleep there. But it's kind of fun working on a 73. It's kind of like a box of chocolates. You never know what you got. You know. All right, well, guys, I hope this helps you if you're going to pull your door apart. This piece here has to go in first. Now, what I would recommend doing, and I did another video on this, with this plate on here, screwed into here, and this door is shut, you can't get in this vehicle. You cannot get into that lock. If you can't reach something down in here, you're just hooped. So what I always did, and the reason I did this, I did a restoration for a guy, and somehow the door failed. I mean, $100,000 restoration. He was going down to Miami to do a shakedown and come back through. He got to Vero Beach, couldn't get out. Now, he didn't have the big windows. It had the first series of those frameless windows. He didn't think about that. It had the little flippers at the bottom. Can't get out. You literally can't get out of the motorhome. So he pulled up to the Firestone dealer, kept beeping the horn until somebody came out. I got him on the phone. They passed a whiz tool through the front grill, and he cut a square right here. Just cut out a square right there. Gave you access to that. And then all he had to do was go open it. Of course, he wasn't real happy with me. But I told him, said, look, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do, but I tell you this, though. From this point on, every restoration we do, I'm cutting a hole in this thing right here. You just put a panel over it. If you want to get it easy, Velcro the thing. I don't know, but usually you just cut a panel and trim it out. It's real simple. Glue it on. You may never need it. But if you're in a situation that this door needs to be opened, you'll be happy that you put that in there. Make sense? All right. Well, I hope this helps you. Almost forgot that. Almost forgot about telling you about that. But I promised that guy that I would spread the news to cut a hole there, so he didn't have to go to Firestone. But thanks for your time. Thanks for. I hope this was something for you. If all of this stuff makes sense, become a ranch hand. Go up to the front page on Patreon and just follow the things. $5 a month. It helps me. If you're working on your coach, I'm in your pocket for the time you're working on it. So if you're on it for 2 or 3 or 4 months, well, that's fine. You know, if you can promote the motorhome rehab ranch, fantastic too. Anything you can do, and if you can't, cool. I'm still here for you guys. Look, thanks a lot, and we'll see you something else. This will go on our database, and look around. There's some more stuff too. Talk to you later.